Have you ever walked into a room and felt like everyone else easily understands something you somehow missed? You question yourself, you notice things others ignore, and eventually you start wondering if you're simply not that intelligent. Cognitive depth often manifests in ways that feel like a hindrance. It looks like getting completely lost in your own thoughts, becoming obsessed with the mechanics of a problem, or feeling a deep unease with simple, surface-level explanations. Many authentic signs of high-level processing are so subtle that they are frequently mistaken for personal flaws or social friction. Today, we're exploring 10 psychological patterns that reveal a deeper level of intelligence than you realize. We'll conclude with the final, most revealing sign, the specific way you react when you encounter the limits of your own knowledge. You might catch yourself speaking out loud when you're trying to solve a problem, arguing with yourself, or walking through the steps one by one. While it feels strange in a social setting, it is actually a high-functioning cognitive tool. Putting an idea into words forces your brain to provide it with structure. Verbalizing a problem removes the ability to hide behind vague thoughts, demanding that your internal reasoning becomes clear and sequential. This behavior is a form of metacognition, the act of thinking about your own thinking. Instead of simply accepting a thought, you examine it. You replay conversations and question the exact steps you took to arrive at a conclusion. However, this deep analysis requires a release valve. Metacognitive processing only becomes useful when it eventually results in physical action. Without that movement, your own thoughts can become a prison of overanalysis. Consider the feeling of doing the exact same simple task every day. The same predictable routine. For some, that's comfortable. For a restless mind, it can feel physically unbearable. When your environment stops providing a challenge, your attention naturally searches for a more complex substitute. The real indicator of intelligence is what you choose to fill that void with, whether you chase meaningless stimulation or seek out a harder problem to solve. Mental restlessness and talking out loud are rarely signs of a scattered brain. They are the indicators of a cognitive engine searching for enough friction to operate at its full capacity. Intellectual humility creates a strange paradox. As your knowledge base grows, the perimeter of what you don't know expands even faster. This is why the most capable people are often the ones most likely to question their own intelligence. A beginner sees a problem and perceives a simple, direct solution. An expert looks at that same problem and sees hundreds of hidden variables and potential points of failure lurking beneath the surface. This level of processing often finds its best rhythm late at night. When external demands and notifications finally stop, the silence gives your mind the space to wander and bridge connections that felt impossible during the day. While this quiet reflection is vital for problem solving, chronic sleep deprivation will actively degrade your memory and decision-making. The goal is to find space for deep thought without compromising the rest your brain needs to function. In contrast to the quiet of the night, daytime environments can feel overwhelming due to sensory sensitivity. A ticking clock or the hum of a fan can become impossible to filter out, capturing your focus whether you want it to or not. This hyper-awareness can lead to sensory overload, but it also provides a unique advantage. Developing the right environment to manage this sensitivity allows you to leverage high-fidelity observation and pattern recognition, details that most people simply never notice. This same focus on internal timing leads to active procrastination. This is the deliberate strategy of delaying a task while maintaining the full intent to complete it, often using the pressure of a looming deadline to reach a state of high-intensity focus. It's important to be honest with yourself here. Are you actually producing better results under pressure, or have you just become habituated to the adrenaline of chaos? Intelligence requires understanding which of your patterns actually produce value. Your memory likely follows a similar unconventional path. You might struggle to remember where you left your keys while having perfect retention of an obscure fact from a documentary you watched years ago. Retaining these disconnected details creates a vast mental library for future synthesis. Creativity often depends on the ability to connect unrelated things, turning a useless piece of information into the missing link of a new idea. This capacity for making connections extends into your social life. By noticing a subtle shift in a friend's tone or a slight change in their behavior, you are applying that same high-level pattern recognition to human empathy. analyzing the complex motivations hidden beneath the surface of a conversation. This leads us to the final, most sustainable sign of intelligence, the persistent feeling that your education is never actually finished. Every answer you find simply serves to generate a more sophisticated question. When you discover you are wrong, you prioritize updating your understanding over protecting your ego. You view a mistake as a data point rather than a personal failure. This is why the smartest person in the room is often the one listening the most. They are comfortable admitting they don't know the answer because they are more interested in finding a better one. Use these signs as an invitation to refine your thinking and push your boundaries. They are markers of potential, not excuses for superiority. The real value of intelligence is the commitment to becoming more capable than you were yesterday. If this perspective helped you see your own mind differently, subscribe to Brain Library. The more you understand the architecture of your mind, the more effectively you can use it.